Welcome to TechCast by Raqmedia.com, your quick stop for the latest tech news, smart hacks, and cutting-edge updates. Stay informed, stay ahead. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Raqmedia TechCast, your one daily stop for the latest tech news and trends. You know, we love diving deep into fascinating topics, and today we're tackling something that's been making waves. Cryptocurrency. Now, I know you want to learn more about cryptocurrency based on the materials you sent in. So to help us unpack this complex world, we've got an expert here with us.
It's great to be here. It's true. The world of cryptocurrency can seem a bit overwhelming at first. There's blockchain, Bitcoin, mining. It's a lot to take in.
Now, let's unpack this. The article we have here really emphasizes that cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency used for trading and exchange. And it highlights that Bitcoin was the first one, released back in 2009. It's amazing to think that something created by an anonymous person, this Satoshi Nakamoto, could have such a huge impact on the global financial landscape.
What's fascinating here is that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general represents a fundamental shift in how we think about money. It's decentralized, meaning it's not controlled by any central bank or government.
So no more stuffy old institutions calling the shots. That's pretty radical. But how does it actually work? What keeps it all secure?
That's where blockchain technology comes in. Think of it like a giant digital ledger that records every single cryptocurrency transaction across a vast network of computers. Every time someone buys, sells, or trades cryptocurrency, it's added to this blockchain, creating an immutable, transparent record.
So instead of relying on a bank to track everything, it's this massive interconnected system that keeps things secure and transparent. That's pretty mind-blowing.
Exactly. And because the blockchain is distributed across so many computers, it's incredibly secure and virtually impossible to tamper with. This is a key part of what makes cryptocurrency so appealing to many.
It's incredible. And the article mentions mining quite a bit. It sounds like people digging for gold. But instead of pickaxes and shovels, they're using powerful computers. Can you explain what that's all about?
You're on the right track. Cryptocurrency mining is essentially the process of verifying and adding new transactions to the blockchain. Miners use their computational power to solve complex mathematical problems, and those who solve them first get rewarded with cryptocurrency.
So it's like a digital gold rush,
Yeah.
with everyone competing to solve these problems and earn their share of the rewards. It's amazing to see how something that started as a niche interest has exploded in popularity and value.
Absolutely. Bitcoin's value has fluctuated dramatically over the years, but it's attracted a lot of attention and mainstream interest. And this has led to the development of literally thousands of other cryptocurrencies.
Wow, it's a whole digital ecosystem out
Yeah.
there. Speaking of getting involved, how do people actually buy and sell cryptocurrency?
The most common way is through cryptocurrency exchanges. These are online platforms where you can create an account, deposit funds, and start trading different types of cryptocurrencies. If you're looking for a reliable source of information on exchanges and everything else crypto, I'd recommend checking out Raqmedia.com. They have some great resources.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
I know Raqmedia.com has been covering the crypto space extensively. I'm sure our listeners would find their insights valuable. So once you've got your cryptocurrency, where do you keep it? The article mentioned these wallet addresses. What are those?
Every cryptocurrency user has a digital wallet, which stores their digital coins. Each wallet has a unique address, kind of like a bank account number, which is used to send and receive cryptocurrency.
So when you want to send or receive cryptocurrency, you use this wallet address. But what's stopping someone from just stealing your wallet address and taking your crypto?
That's where cryptography comes in. Each wallet is protected by a pair of keys, a public key and a private key. You can think of the public key as your mailing address. It's safe to share with others so they can send you cryptocurrency. The private key, however, is like your secret PIN code. It's what allows you to access your funds and authorize transactions. Never share your private key with anyone.
Got it. It's like the ultimate password to your digital fortune. You need to guard it with your life.
Precisely. And it's this combination of public and private keys that ensures the security and anonymity of cryptocurrency transactions. While all transactions are recorded on the blockchain, the use of keys keeps personal information confidential.
That's really interesting. I'm also curious about this idea of a limited supply of Bitcoin. The article mentions something like 21 million coins. Is that right?
That's correct. Unlike traditional currencies, which can be printed endlessly, Bitcoin has a fixed supply. This is programmed into its code, and it's one of the key factors that contribute to its value.
So what happens when all the Bitcoins are mined? Is that even possible?
It's definitely possible, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's estimated that the last Bitcoin will be mined sometime around the year 2140.
Wow, that's a long way off. But I'm curious, what happens then? Does Bitcoin just stop working?
Not necessarily. Even after all the Bitcoins are mined, the network will continue to function. Miners will still be rewarded for verifying transactions, but instead of receiving newly created Bitcoins, their rewards will come from transaction fees.
So it's a self-sustaining system, even with a finite supply. That's pretty impressive.
It is. And the scarcity is one of the things that makes Bitcoin so unique and potentially valuable. Scarcity drives demand, and that can have a significant impact on price.
That makes sense. Now, we've talked about mining dot wallets and even the limited supply of Bitcoin. But what about the other cryptocurrencies out there? The article mentioned Ethereum and Litecoin. What are those all about?
Ethereum is another popular cryptocurrency, but it's much more than just a digital currency. It's a platform that allows developers to build decentralized applications, also known as dApps.
dApps, what are those?
Think of them like regular apps, but instead of running on a central server controlled by a company, they run on a decentralized network powered by the blockchain.
So it's like taking the power of the App Store and distributing it across the internet.
You got it. This opens up a world of possibilities, from decentralized finance, or DeFi, to gaming, to supply chain management.
DeFi. That sounds interesting.
DeFi is essentially about recreating traditional financial services, like lending, borrowing, and trading, but on a decentralized blockchain platform, cutting out the middlemen, like banks. This is just one example of how Ethereum is being used to innovate and disrupt traditional industries.
It sounds like Ethereum is more about functionality and building applications, rather than just being a digital currency like Bitcoin. What about Litecoin? How is that different?
Litecoin is often seen as the silver to Bitcoin's gold. It was created as a faster and more affordable alternative to Bitcoin, with a focus on everyday transactions.
So if Bitcoin is like a digital store of value, Litecoin is more like digital cash.
That's a good way to think about it. It's faster transaction times and lower fees. Make it more suitable for small purchases and everyday use.
Okay. I think I'm starting to get a better grasp on this whole crypto world.
Yeah.
But we've only scratched the surface here. We haven't even touched on things like stable coins and NFTs, which I know are becoming increasingly popular.
You're right. There's so much more to explore. And thankfully, Raqmedia.com has a ton of great resources on all of these topics. If you really want to dive deep, I'd highly recommend checking out their website.
That's a great reminder for our listeners. Raqmedia.com is a fantastic resource for all things tech, including cryptocurrency. We'll definitely have to continue this deep dive in part 2 of this episode to cover all the fascinating aspects of this revolutionary technology.
It's definitely a fascinating world, and it's evolving at an incredible pace. We've just begun to see its impact on finance and technology.
It's exciting to think about the possibilities. It feels like we're on the edge of something truly transformative. But with all this talk of revolutionizing finance, I have to ask, is cryptocurrency really safe? I mean, we hear stories about hacks and scams all the time.
That's a valid concern, and it's important to be aware of the risks. But it's also important to remember that, like any new technology, cryptocurrency has its share of growing pains. The technology itself, blockchain, is incredibly secure. Most security breaches happen at the user level, not with the blockchain itself.
So it's not so much about the technology being flawed, but more about people making mistakes.
Exactly. Think of it like this. You could have the most secure house in the world, but if you leave the door unlocked, someone could still walk in. The same principle applies to cryptocurrency. If someone gains access to your private keys, they can potentially steal your funds.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like leaving your house unlocked. It's not the house's fault if someone breaks in. So how can people protect themselves and their cryptocurrency? What are some best practices?
The most important thing is to practice good security hygiene. Just like you wouldn't use the same password for all your online accounts, you shouldn't use the same password for all your cryptocurrency exchanges and wallets. Choose strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible.
So common sense security measures, but applied to the world of cryptocurrency.
Precisely. And just like you wouldn't leave a pile of cash lying around, you need to be careful about where you store your cryptocurrency.
So where's the safest place to keep your digital fortune?
One of the safest options is a hardware wallet. It's a specialized device that looks kind of like a USB drive. and it stores your cryptocurrency offline.
So it's like keeping your cryptocurrency in a vault, disconnected from the internet.
Exactly. Another option is a software wallet, which is basically an app on your phone or computer. Software wallets are more convenient, but they're also more vulnerable to hacking because they're connected to the internet.
Got it. So it's a trade-off between security and convenience?
Yeah.
But what if someone really wants to go all in on security?
If you're holding a significant amount of cryptocurrency, it's generally a good idea to spread it across multiple wallets. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Yeah.
And of course, never, ever share your private keys with anyone.
Diversification and secrecy are key.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, you mentioned scams earlier. Are there specific types of scams that people should be aware of in the crypto world?
Unfortunately, yes. Scams are a big problem in the cryptocurrency world, just like they are in any other industry where money is involved. One of the most common is phishing.
Phishing. Like those emails that claim to be from your bank,
Yeah.
but are actually trying to steal your login information.
Exactly. Scammers will often try to trick you into revealing your private keys or other sensitive information. By posing as legitimate cryptocurrency companies or individuals, always double-check the sender's address and be wary of any unsolicited messages or requests for personal information.
So it's all about being cautious and not clicking on suspicious links or revealing personal information to unknown sources.
Exactly. And another type of scam to watch out for is the pump and dump scheme. This is where scammers artificially inflate the price of a cryptocurrency, then quickly sell off their holdings, leaving unsuspecting investors with worthless coins.
Oh, wow. So you really need to do your research and not just jump into a cryptocurrency because it's suddenly skyrocketing in value.
Absolutely. It's important to do your due diligence, understand the fundamentals of the cryptocurrency you're interested in, and not get caught up in hype or FOMO.
That's great advice. Do you have any other tips for avoiding these scams?
The best defense against scams is education and awareness. Do your research. Be wary of promises of quick riches or guaranteed returns. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There are plenty of legitimate resources out there, like Raqmedia.com, that can help you learn about cryptocurrency and make informed investment decisions.
It's all about being a savvy investor, whether you're dealing with traditional assets or cryptocurrency.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that the cryptocurrency world is constantly evolving. New technologies and security measures are being developed all the time, so it's important to stay informed and adapt your security practices accordingly.
So it's a continuous learning process.
Yeah.
But with a little bit of knowledge and caution, you can navigate the world of cryptocurrency safely and securely. Now, shifting gears a bit, I want to talk about the environmental impact of cryptocurrency. I've heard that mining consumes a lot of energy. Is that true?
Yes, that's a valid concern. Cryptocurrency mining, especially for Bitcoin, can be energy intensive. The process of solving complex mathematical problems to verify transactions and add them to the blockchain requires a lot of computing power, which translates to electricity consumption.
So how big of a problem is this?
Yeah.
And is anything being done to address it?
It's a legitimate concern, and it's one that the cryptocurrency industry is taking seriously. The energy consumption of cryptocurrency mining varies, depending on factors like the type of cryptocurrency being mined and the energy sources used.
Could you give us an example?
Sure, Bitcoin, for example, uses a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, which requires a lot of energy. But other cryptocurrencies, like Ethereum, are transitioning to a proof-of-stake mechanism, which is significantly more energy efficient.
So the energy consumption issue is being addressed, and
Yes.
new, more efficient technologies are being developed. That's good to know.
Exactly. And many in the cryptocurrency industry are actively working to develop more sustainable mining practices. Some mining operations are being powered by renewable energy sources, like solar, wind, and hydroelectricity.
That's encouraging. It sounds like there's a push towards greener cryptocurrency. But are there any other challenges facing the cryptocurrency industry? I know government regulation is a big topic of discussion these days.
Regulation is a key issue, and it's something that governments around the world are still grappling with. There's a lot of uncertainty in the regulatory landscape, and this can create challenges for businesses and investors operating in the cryptocurrency space.
So it's a bit of a Wild West in terms of regulation.
In some ways, yes, but clear and consistent regulation is essential for the long-term growth and stability of the cryptocurrency industry. It would provide much-needed clarity for businesses and investors, and it would help protect consumers from fraud and scams.
So it's a delicate balance between fostering innovation and ensuring responsible development. Are there any other challenges on the horizon for cryptocurrency?
Another challenge is scalability. As the adoption of cryptocurrency grows, blockchain networks need to be able to handle a larger volume of transactions efficiently.
So it's like making sure the highways can handle the traffic.
Yeah.
As more and more cars hit the road.
That's a great analogy. And just like we build bigger and better roads to handle increasing traffic, developers are working on various solutions to improve blockchain scalability, like layer 2 networks and sharding.
It sounds like there's a lot of technical innovation happening behind the scenes to address these challenges. But are there any non-technical challenges that you think are important to address?
One challenge that's often overlooked is education and awareness. Cryptocurrency is still a relatively new and complex concept for many people, and there's a need for greater education and awareness to help people understand how it works, its potential benefits and risks, and how to use it safely and responsibly.
It's all about bridging the knowledge gap and empowering people to make informed decisions about cryptocurrency.
Exactly. Education is key to fostering wider adoption and ensuring that cryptocurrency benefits everyone, not just a select few. That's why resources like Raqmedia.com are so valuable. They provide accessible, informative content that helps demystify the world of cryptocurrency for everyone.
I agree. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the future of cryptocurrency. What are some of the emerging trends and innovations that you're most excited about?
There's so much happening in the cryptocurrency space right now. It's truly an exciting time to be involved in this industry. One trend that's really gaining momentum is decentralized finance, or DeFi for short.
DeFi, that's another one of the buzzwords we hear all the time. Can you break it down for us?
Essentially, DeFi aims to recreate traditional financial services like lending, borrowing, and trading. But on a decentralized blockchain platform, it's all about cutting out the middlemen, like banks and brokers, and giving people more control over their finances.
So it's like taking the power of Wall Street and putting it in the hands of everyday people.
That's the idea. DeFi eliminates the need for intermediaries, making financial services more accessible, transparent, and efficient.
That sounds like it could be a real game changer for the financial industry.
It has the potential to be, and we're already seeing some innovative DeFi applications emerge, like lending platforms, decentralized exchanges, and stablecoins.
Stablecoins, those sound interesting. What are those?
Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to the value of a stable asset, like the US dollar or gold. They aim to provide the stability of traditional currencies while still offering the benefits of blockchain technology.
So it's like a hybrid between cryptocurrency and fiat currency.
Exactly. Stablecoins are gaining popularity as a way to reduce volatility in the cryptocurrency market and facilitate everyday transactions.
It sounds like there's a lot of innovation happening in the stablecoin space.
There is. We're seeing new types of stablecoins emerge all the time, each with its own unique features and benefits. It's a rapidly evolving area to watch.
Okay. Besides DeFi and stablecoins, what other trends are shaping the future of cryptocurrency? I know NFTs are a hot topic these days.
Absolutely. The rise of non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, is definitely a trend to watch.
NFTs. Those are everywhere these days, from digital art to collectibles. Seems like everything's being tokenized. What's the big deal with NFTs?
NFTs are unique digital assets that represent ownership of something. Whether it's a piece of digital art, a virtual item in a game, a piece of music, or even a tweet, they're stored on the blockchain, which ensures their authenticity and scarcity.
So it's like having a digital certificate of ownership that can't be forged or replicated.
Exactly. NFTs are revolutionizing the way we think about digital ownership and are creating new opportunities for creators and collectors.
It's fascinating to see how NFTs are blurring the lines between the physical and digital worlds.
It is, and we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with NFTs. I think we'll see even more creative and innovative applications emerge in the coming years. It really is amazing to think about how far NFTs have come in such a short time, and I think this is just the beginning.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked a lot about the technology and trends shaping the future of cryptocurrency, but I want to shift gears a bit and focus on the human side of things. What about the people behind this revolution? The early adopters, the skeptics, the everyday folks trying to wrap their heads around this new financial landscape.
That's a great point. It's easy to get caught up in the technical details and the hype, but at the end of the day, cryptocurrency is all about people. It's about how this technology is impacting their lives and shaping their financial futures.
Exactly. So let's start with the early adopters, the ones who jumped into the world of cryptocurrency.
Sure.
When it was still a niche interest. What drew them to this space, and what were their experiences like?
Many early adopters were drawn to the idea of a decentralized financial system They were attracted to the potential of cryptocurrency to challenge traditional financial institutions and empower individuals.
So it was more than just about making money. It was about a vision of a more equitable and transparent financial system.
Absolutely. They saw cryptocurrency as a way to break free from the constraints of the traditional financial system and create something new and innovative.
That's fascinating. And what were their early experiences like? I imagine it was a bit of a Wild West back then.
It definitely was. The technology was still in its early stages. The market was highly volatile, and there was a lot of uncertainty and risk involved. But for these early adopters, it was also an incredibly exciting time. They were pioneers, exploring uncharted territory and helping to shape the future of finance.
It must have been like a digital gold rush, with everyone scrambling to stake their claim.
There was definitely a sense of adventure and possibility. And for some, it paid off handsomely. They were able to accumulate significant wealth as the value of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies soared. But there were also many challenges and setbacks along the way.
I can imagine. What were some of the biggest obstacles they faced?
There were scams, hacks, regulatory uncertainty. It wasn't always smooth sailing, but the early adopters were a resilient bunch, driven by a shared belief in the potential of this technology. And for those who persevered and stayed true to their vision, it was a transformative experience.
It's inspiring to hear about their passion and determination. Now, what about the skeptics? The people who are still hesitant about cryptocurrency? What are their concerns?
Well, skepticism is natural, especially with any new and disruptive technology. Some skeptics simply don't understand cryptocurrency. They find it too complex or confusing, and they're not willing to invest the time and effort to learn about it.
I can see how that would be a barrier for some people.
Others are concerned about the volatility of the market. They see the wild price swings and worry about losing their money.
That's a valid concern. The cryptocurrency market can be incredibly unpredictable.
And then there are those who are simply distrustful of anything new or different. They prefer to stick with what they know, and they're not convinced that cryptocurrency is a legitimate form of currency or investment.
So it's a mix of fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Exactly. And it's important to acknowledge these concerns. Cryptocurrency is still a relatively new and evolving technology. It's not a magic bullet, and there are definitely risks involved.
I think it's also important to remember that any new technology faces resistance and skepticism in its early stages. It's part of the adoption curve.
That's true. Think about the internet or mobile phones. When those technologies first emerged, there were plenty of people who dismissed them as fads or toys.
And look at them now. They've completely revolutionized our lives.
Exactly. So it's possible that cryptocurrency could follow a similar path. It might take time for people to fully understand and embrace it, but its potential is undeniable.
Now I'm curious about the everyday folks. The ones who are maybe not early adopters or hardcore skeptics, but they're curious about cryptocurrency. They're hearing about it in the news, and they're wondering what it all means for them.
That's a growing segment of the population, and I think their perspective is really important. They're the ones who will ultimately determine whether cryptocurrency goes mainstream or remains a niche interest.
So what are their questions and concerns?
Many of them are simply wondering what cryptocurrency is and how it works. They're trying to understand the basics of blockchain, digital wallets, and how it all fits together.
You can be a lot to take in, especially if you're not familiar with the underlying technology.
Exactly. Once they have a basic understanding, they're often curious about the potential benefits and risks of cryptocurrency. They want to know how it could impact their finances, how to buy and sell it, how to protect their investments, and how to use it safely and responsibly.
So they're looking for practical information and guidance to navigate this new world.
Precisely. And they're also probably wondering what the future holds for cryptocurrency. What does it mean for the economy, for jobs, for society as a whole?
Those are big questions, and there are no easy answers.
That's right. But I think it's important to have open and honest conversations about these issues. We need to explore both the potential benefits and the potential risks of cryptocurrency so that people can make informed decisions.
I completely agree. It's about empowering people with knowledge and helping them understand the potential impact of this technology on their lives.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that cryptocurrency is not a silver bullet. It's not going to solve all of the world's problems overnight.
It's a tool, just like any other tool. It can be used for good or for bad. It all depends on the intentions of the people using it.
I couldn't agree more. It's up to us to shape the future of cryptocurrency. We need to use this technology responsibly and ethically to create a better world for everyone.
That's a powerful message, and I think it's the perfect note to end on. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. From the technical intricacies of blockchain to the broader societal implications of cryptocurrency, it's clear that this is a technology with immense potential. But it's also important to approach it with a critical eye and a sense of responsibility.
I completely agree. And if anyone wants to continue learning about this fascinating and rapidly evolving world, I highly recommend checking out Raqmedia.com. They have a wealth of information on cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and other cutting-edge trends shaping the future of finance and technology.
That's a great recommendation. Raqmedia.com is an invaluable resource for anyone looking to stay informed and ahead of the curve in the world of tech. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of cryptocurrency. A huge thank you to our expert for joining us today and sharing their incredible insights.
It's been my pleasure.
And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Raqmedia TechCast, your one daily stop for all the latest tech news and trends. So don't forget to subscribe to us on Spotify and visit our website at raqmedia.com for more in-depth coverage of the ever-evolving world of technology. And a special thank you to our amazing scriptwriter, Izzadine Yakhawi, for making this episode possible. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay ahead of the tech curve.